If you're confused about where the market's headed, you're not alone, especially after the kind of volatility we've seen. Economically sensitive sectors like energy and raw materials performed the worst over the past month and the past quarter, while dividend-paying sectors with less economic sensitivity performed well, like utilities and consumer staples. So, can history give us any insight into what we can expect as we approach year-end? Many experts say that on average, the fourth quarter is a seasonally strong time for stocks. But what about the years like this when the market's already looking weak as we approach the holiday season? The analysts at Bespoke Investment Group took a look at the 30 times since the S&P 500's inception that we've been negative on the index heading into the fourth quarter. It managed to post gains a little more than half the time, but the average return was actually negative by a little over 0.5%. Many experts think there are reasons to be more cautious these days.
Biggest concerns, I think, short-term are global growth, disinflation, and then earnings momentum. On global growth, we're seeing slower growth. Disinflation is coming through because of energy, so lower energy prices are ultimately good for consumption, but it's a lower inflation dynamic. Much more importantly, I think it's the earnings dynamic, and earnings right now have an awful lot to prove in the third quarter, the fourth quarter, and then the outlook for next year.
But it also means that there may be opportunities to find attractive investments at lower prices, and that's what many portfolio managers are trying to do.
We like housing and all the kinds of things related to housing. We're buying Lowe's right now. We have always owned it or have owned it for a long, long time. And we're adding to it because it hasn't run up quite as much as the others. And we like the drug distribution sector.
The takeaway here is that the jury's still out. There are plenty of stats and supporting evidence for both bulls and bears. But will there or won't there be a Santa Claus rally this time around? For Nightly Business Report, I'm Dominic Chu.